Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to a Clash of Kings 2.2. Now, when we left off, we had an overabundance of prisoners. We had actually 80 prisoners that totaled a sum of over 10,000 in currency, in coins and things. So, I sold that. I sold all of them for 10,000. I went to the Iron Bank, and I deposited 5,000 of that in the Iron Bank, and that's actually 6, I think. And that is now totaling 10,000 in the Iron Bank. So hopefully it's just going to keep rolling in, hopefully. But we have another wildling group here that decided it would be a good idea to attack me when I have 78 troops. I actually did recruit a couple of northern units as well. So we're going to see how well they do. Because, of course, I actually saw someone actually state that the northern units are actually not that bad. Because I previously said that they were not great against other infantry. And, well, see, that's the thing. I could be very wrong about that because the hammermen are, of course, using polearms anyway. So it's kind of a sort of assumption that you would say that the northern pikemen or various other polearm wielding units from the north are actually going to be pretty good. So yeah, I think we're gonna just test that out a little bit, and hopefully I'm not going to get killed by all of these cavalry. That would be terrible, wouldn't it? Okay, so let's get a nice thrust going here. There we are. That's what we like to see. Oh, yes. Take that guy out very easily. Oh, no. And now I'm going to be beset upon by the rest of them. How dare you? Yes. Come on, take out their horses. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's just charge in these guys. We basically have no archers to speak of, so it's not particularly necessary for us to do anything else. And I think yeah, that's the thing. The discussion over the past few episodes has mainly been about, are we going to pick a crossbow? Are we going to take throwing weapons? Are we going to take a normal bow? Well, what I am going to do is I'm going to compromise a little bit here because right now I have no power draw skill at all. No power draw skill at all, ever. So, yeah, it's probably a bad idea for me to decide, hey, you know what, we're going to go for a bow because we have no power draw and it would just be literally the worst thing ever. So what I'm going to decide to do instead is, because we do have, I think, a little bit more crossbow proficiency than archery, I think we're just going to go for a crossbow right now. If we can find a good one, anyway. If we can find a good one, then yes. But if we can't, then obviously, yeah, probably just going to try and search for one. But still, yeah, so we're going to go for a crossbow for the foreseeable future. But if we then have the ideal stat line that I would like to have, which is basically something like, I don't know, 7-7 Iron Flesh Power Strike, and, well, obviously 7 in Athletics as well, things like that. I'd like to have a very, very high combat rating, so hopefully we'll get something like that, and then we'll be able to maybe concentrate on an alternate means of ranged combat, because obviously right now our main damage source is from our two-handed weapons, and I don't particularly want to diversify that much because it's going to end up in being a jack of all trades, and it's going to be less effective in many respects. So, let's see. Okay, we're going to get some men things. Yes, we're going to get those guys. Now, Balakwo has actually advanced in level. He is a little bit older than I remember, as far as I'm aware. He didn't used to be that old in the previous versions, as far as I can, well, recall. Is that true? Well, whatever the case, he has 5 in riding skill, so he can actually become a very, very good heavy cavalry unit. So I think, as a result of that, we're not actually going to be leveling his intelligence at all, and we're just going to go for some strength and power strike, because as you can see, he seems to have a pretty reasonable template for making a character that you would like, because he has 4 leadership, 5 riding, and 3 weapon master, as well as 4 iron flash. Everything is just otherwise 0, and some very solid proficiencies too. So that's pretty cool, I've got to say. Otherwise, we have Carver here, who has also advanced in level, so we're going to get him another point in strength, and I was hoping that I could make him a blood brother of some sort, so we could actually get him a two-handed weapon as well, and that would then mean that we would be running in together, and I would tell him to follow me every single time we went into battle. That would actually be really cool, in my opinion. So we're going to try and make that happen. As you can see, I have 18 strength, so I think right now, am I going to go for agility? I think we're going to go for agility here, but what else? See, that's the thing. What else? There really isn't anything else that I really think would be great. So I think I'm just going to go for inventory management. Now this is the point here. I could actually go right now for power draw. But again, I'm unsure as to how good the archery is. And as you can see, I have 15 in archery. So I personally feel like leveling that up. I mean, I have 106 weapon points. Could potentially do that. I mean, yeah, shall we just see? Okay, let's just see. And then we can always reset the changes if we don't like it. Wow, that's actually, okay. Weapon Master apparently is very good for this. Okay, so we might actually go for archery here. Maybe. Ah, okay, so we could get it to 100. That's pretty good. Okay, so let's just go for power draw. I have nothing else to spend it in apart from inventory management. If it turns out being terrible, then you can blame me, obviously. Elias is probably going to blame me anyway, so I don't think you need to, but still. Okay, I think that's going to be fine. So, yeah, now we have 25 prisoners. I would very much like to sell them, but we are going to just head on to Castle Black because that is our quest, and we are very close to it. Ah, here we go. You arrive at Castle Black, the main stronghold of the Night's Watch. It is not a true castle, as it has no walls to defend it, to the west, east, or south. Only the wall stands to the north. It consists of several stone towers and timber keeps. And we're now going to head into the courtyard here. Oh, hello there, rangers. You are looking mighty similar today. Oh, yes. Okay, well that's amusing. Okay, so yeah, I don't know why I drew my sword, but I suppose I may need it. It's unlikely, highly unlikely. So yes, let's see here. Hob, hello. Ah, so who do we have to speak to? I think we have to speak to this fellow over here. Yes, Master Aemon, or Maester Aemon, or to annoy you, Meister. Oh yes. Okay, so anyway, yes, who is it? Can I help you? Master Aemon, Garen said you'd been having some sort of trouble lately. Ah, Garen, troubles, he says. We're in dire need of help, Elias. Lord Commander Mormont went north with near a third of our strength. Ooh, I know him. We do know him, don't we? Only a few have returned. The Watch is sorely weakened, and the realm is disunited and in chaos. We can expect no help from any of the kings. How can I help? One of our brothers, John, recently returned to us. He had been pretending to join the wildlings, and he has brought us valuable information of their whereabouts and intentions. John left the wildlings just south of Mole's Town, and we have every reason to believe they might still be somewhere in the area. John says they're led by a man named Steer or Stir, the Magnar of Then. Magnar means lord in the old tongue. But even a lord amongst the wildlings will want to loot and burn a town, such as Mole's Town. Okay. Yeah, I kind of got that it was a town from the name, but okay. What do you want me to do? We have assembled a force of men to intercept the Magnar and defeat his band of raiders, but Bowen Marsh has gone west to defend the Shadow Tower with the remaining part of the garrison. And we need someone to lead them. John is still too weak to leave his bed, and Don O'Noy must stay here to lead the defenses. The rest of our brothers are eager, but they do not have the experience. Gerald mentioned your deeds in the Lonely Hills, and I trust his judgment. You must lead the brothers of the Night's Watch against the Magnar, Elias. And it is led. Yes, that is led, not lead. Okay, well, whatever the case. Very well, I will defeat the Magnar. Yes, let us do it. Okay, so new quest taken, blood on the snow. Is that a pun? Is that actually a pun? Okay, who knows. So let's have a look here. What do we have to do? Go to Mole's Town and defeat the Magnar Then. You need to bring at least 10 men? Only 10? I actually thought that we were going to need a lot more than that. Okay. Well, how many do you have? Hello? Are they around here? I don't see anyone. Hello, there's some wildlings. Wait, do I actually have to go into... Yes, I need to go into Mole's Town. Okay, I'm a little bit worried... no, I'm not a little bit worried about this. I actually thought that we were going to spawn in with less than 100% HP. But no, we're actually pretty good. Mole Town is a village close to Castle Black. 3/4 of the village lies beneath ground in a deep, damp, warm cellar connected by a warren of tunnels. Attack the wildlings. Let's do it. Okay, so, yeah, I see. Okay, so, we have a huge amount of, wait, are these, oh, goodness me, that is That is quite irritating, isn't it? Oh yeah, these are rangers. Okay, phew. I was a little bit worried about that because I didn't see any icons above their heads, so I was envisaging getting ambushed or something along those lines. That would have been absolutely awful, but at least that is not the case. So we'll just deal as much damage as we can against these fellows. Unfortunately, I'm unable to thrust against them. I would very much like to thrust against them quite a lot here, because that's going to deal a lot more damage than these slashes. Ooh, look at that guy. That is a... Oh, that's Big Boil. Oh, my. No, he is... Whoa, okay. No. Ah, come on. Come on. Come on, Rangers. You got to help me out here. I have a two-handed sword. I'm not meant to duel things very easily and very well. There we go. Okay, so I have two against me in actual fact. I have Steer himself, the Magnar. Oh, no. Okay, well, there we go. We actually did survive, amazingly enough. Not entirely sure how. You are victorious, and we gained 10 renown. Yes, 10 renown. Thank you. Thank you very much for that. Okay, so now I suppose, yes, we're going to head back to Maester Aemon. You meet a lonely septon on the road. As you pass him, you stumble and accidentally push him off the track. You decide to apologize. You lose 5 renown for apologizing. Okay. Well, I suppose... Wait, does that cast me as some sort of weak individual? If I'm not some brutish oaf, perhaps? Okay, well, whatever the case, maybe we would have lost something even greater if we had just ignored him. Yeah. The funny thing is, the men actually agreed, and they said, oh, no, don't anger the old gods. No, don't anger them at all, no. So apparently, yeah, there's also that to take into account. Okay, so, Maester Aemon, hello there. Yes, is the Magnar dead? Yes, the Magnar is dead. Truly, this is joyous news, Elias. You have bought us valuable time in actual fact. Yes. To arm ourselves against attack, while we prepare for the inevitable, I need someone to visit Eastwatch by the sea, and tell Cotter Pike of the events here. Will you do this? I will. I had no choice in it, because apparently Elias just went straight on and said yes. Okay. So there is where we need to go. Okay, so rough speech. Ah, okay, so I have to tell him that there were a bunch of wildlings at Mole Town. Well, I can tell him that there are huge amounts of countryside infested by wildlings, so yes, it's... I think that's a little bit worse than having around 10 units in a particular village. Okay, well, whatever the case. You arrive at Eastwatch by the Sea. It is the easternmost castle along the wall, located on a grey windswept shore by the Bay of Seals. Near Eastwatch live some fisherfolk, and to the west lies Greengard, an abandoned castle formerly used to garrison the wall. Okay, enter the courtyard. There we go. Let's head in. This is where I wish I kind of had a horse. It would make things a little bit easier to get over there, but I think as we advance our athletic skill, it's going to be a lot easier. Okay, so, Cotter Pike, hello there. Ah, yes, Maester Aemon sent me with news from Castle Black. Well, out with it then. I'm not some pampered knight. I feel no time to waste time. I feel no time. Yes, I feel no time to no need with idle yammering. Yes, that's exactly what would have happened there. I feel no need to waste time with idle yammering. I just did. I'm very sorry. I just did. Yes. The wildlings are approaching the wall. We stop them in Mole's Town. Well then, I guess we're saved for another day, eh? I don't see why Aemon couldn't send a raven with this news. Why are you here? Ah, I see. He wants me to send my men to Castle Black to defend it against the attack. Just because that fool, Bowenmarsh, had to gallivant off to defend against an obvious diversion. Fine. Tell Aemon I'll send as many men as I can spare. I'll even send Emmett with them. The lad's worth 3 experienced rangers. Yes, I will return. Oh, yes, and tell Bowen he's a fool while you're at it. Yes. Yes, okay, thank you. Thank you very much. I will do just that. Okay, well, yes, I think we're actually going to be doing that in the next episode. So, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.